AI can write your code now. Whether that helps you or handicaps you depends on one habit, and most beginners pick the wrong one without realizing it. Here's the fork in the road. Use OneWay, an AI assistant, is the most patient tutor that has ever existed. It explains anything, at any level, at 2 in the morning, without judgment. Use the other way. It's a vending machine for code you don't understand. And every pace digs the hole deeper until you can produce projects you can't debug, extend, or explain in an interview. Same tool, opposite outcomes. What AI assistants are actually brilliant at for beginners: the copy-paste trap and the one habit that beats it, and a 5-step workflow that makes you learn faster with AI than people did without it. At the end, I'll give you the single question to ask before every paste. It takes 5 seconds, and it's the difference between the two roads. If you're learning to code in the AI era, the game changed, but not the way most people think. First, the good news, and it's genuinely good. AI assistants shine at exactly the things that used to make beginners quit. Error messages, paste any error and ask, explain this like I'm new, then tell me the 3 most likely causes in my code. What used to be an afternoon of confusion becomes 2 minutes of clarity. Reading code, paste any function and ask for a line-by-line walkthrough, suddenly other people's code. The thing beginners fear most becomes a textbook. Boilerplate, the repetitive setup that teaches you nothing anyway. AI does instantly, so your energy goes to the parts that do teach you. The translation between languages, know a little Python, and need the same idea in JavaScript, ask, compare, and you've learned both deeper. Tools-wise, keep it simple to start. The chat model in the browser is honestly enough for your first months. Editor integrated assistants like GitHub Copilot or Cursor are wonderful later, but their autocomplete is precisely where the trap lives, which is where we're going next. Now the trap. It starts innocently, you're stuck, the AI writes the function, it works, you move on. No single paste hurts you. The damage is the pattern, because working code that you don't understand is debt, and it compounds. 3 weeks later, something breaks inside code you never actually read, and you can't fix it because there's no you in that code. Here's the tell that you're in the trap. You can finish projects, but you can't start them. Blank file, no AI, nothing comes. That's because finishing was the machine's skill, not yours. The fix is one habit, and it's non-negotiable. Never paste code you can't explain line by line. Before any paste, ask the assistant, walk me through this line by line, and quiz me with one question about how it works. 30 extra seconds. If you can't answer the quiz question, you don't paste, you ask again until you can. This one habit converts every paste from borrowed code into learned code. It's slower today and dramatically faster within a month. And it's the entire difference between the 2 roads from the intro. Here's the workflow that makes AI a tutor instead of a crutch. 5 steps, same order every time. 1. Attempt it yourself first, even badly, even for just 10 minutes. The attempt is what makes the explanation stick. Help before effort teaches nothing. 2. Ask for hints before answers. Literally say, don't give me the solution, give me a hint about where my approach breaks. 3. When you do take a solution, do the line-by-line walkthrough and answer one quiz question about it. 4. Modify it, change a variable, add a small feature, break it on purpose and fix it. Ownership comes from modification, never from reading. 5. The next day, rebuild it from a blank file without looking. 10 minutes, brutal honesty, whatever you can't rebuild, you haven't learned yet, and that's tomorrow's question list. Quick reminder of where we're headed. At the end, the 5-second question that gatekeeps every paste. But first, the part nobody talks about, what this means for whether learning to code is even still worth it. So is learning to code still worth it when machines write code? Yes, but the target moved, and it's fair to say it moved in beginners' favor. What lost value? Memorizing syntax, grinding through boilerplate, being a human autocomplete. Fine, those were never the point. What gained value? Knowing what to build, decomposing a fuzzy problem into steps, reading code critically, and judging whether generated code is correct, safe, and sane. Notice something? Those are exactly the skills the 5-step workflow trains. The people in trouble aren't beginners. They're anyone whose only skill was typing out known solutions quickly. The beginner who learns with AI as a tutor develops judgment years faster than the old path allowed, because the feedback loop that used to take a semester now takes an evening. You still have to walk the loop, attempt, hint, understand, modify, rebuild, but it spins faster than it ever has. The blank file test never lies. If you can start projects, not just finish them, you're on the right road, and the machines make you faster, not replaceable. Here's the payoff. 5-second question to ask before every single paste. Could I rebuild this tomorrow from a blank file? If yes, paste it, move on, no guilt. Not everything deserves deep study. If no, you have exactly 2 honest options. Spend the 3 minutes with the line-by-line walkthrough until the answer is yes, or consciously decide this piece is scaffolding you don't need to own yet, and write a 1-line comment above it saying so. So future you knows which parts of the project are borrowed. That tiny comment habit alone will show you, a month from now, exactly how much of your code base is really yours, and watching that borrowed percentage shrink is the most honest progress bar in programming. That's the whole system: AI for errors, reading and boilerplate, the paste gate, the 5-step loop, the blank file test. If you're starting your coding journey this year, subscribe. Next video is the beginner's first real project built with this exact workflow, from empty folder to working app, mistakes included. Drop a comment. What are you trying to build first? The best answer becomes the project.